Mike Norvell has made a move to reconstructure his contract with the Florida State Seminoles with a $4.5 million contribution to the Vision of Excellence. After a pretty brutal 2-10 season in 2024, why not throw a little bit more money back to the university and try to up some of these areas and sectors and departments that might need it the most? But on Monday, this news dropped that Mike Norvell has reconstructed his contract in a way that should demonstrate his deep commitment to the program's future. $4.5 million from Norvell himself to help launch the Vision of Excellence in the initiative. In this video, we'll unpack what this means for Florida State football and the athletics as a whole. What is the Vision of Excellence? Well, it's a bold fundraising campaign aimed at elevating FSU athletics to new heights. It focuses on improving the student-athlete experience, coaching, facilities, and fan engagement. Michael Alford, Florida State's athletic director, saying FSU will continue to be a leader in the new structure of collegiate athletics, and that includes how we provide for our student athletes. It will take additional support. I'm not going to shy about encouraging others to follow Coach Norvell's actions and contribute however they can. Looking at it too, this should go into helping through the Seminole Boosters memberships or the prestigious Bowden Society, which offers exclusive benefits. With Norvell, we're going to hear from him here after his $4.5 million contribution. He says, I presented this to our administration. So Mike Norvell brought this idea to the university. He said, I presented this to our administration in an effort to boost the support of our student athletes while recognizing that the results and expectations need to be upheld to the highest level. I wanted to be proactive in my financial assistance through this time of transition as we all push forward to get back to the standard of Florida State football. Great days are ahead, and I'm grateful to coach these players and lead this staff. We have been hard at work to uphold the traditions here at Florida State, and I believe this step will help accelerate the process to where I know we are going. Florida State, as we know, when Mike Norvell came in, I was told, brought a plan. He had like a 3, 4, 5-year plan in a notebook and binders and presented that to the administration whenever he was in his interview process with the Seminoles. And he laid out the climb. Well, what is that going to look like year by year by year by year by year? And what are the kind of goals that are going to be met at the end of every season? And, we saw that climb. We saw the climb from Mike Norvell when he arrived, and, he came into a pretty rough program, to be honest with you. What he had to deal with, what he had to fix, what he had to go out and grab, and also to develop. And, Florida State in 2023 were able to reach what they thought was going to be a college football playoff opportunity. Shoot, it could have been a national championship opportunity, just depending on who you were going to be facing. If you're going to be facing Washington, I still had Florida State in a good spot there to where I think they had a chance to reach that national championship. Just going off of what we saw defensively from Florida State, that was one of the top, if not one of the best in the country on the defensive side of the ball. And, Florida State, they got robbed of an opportunity. And I think that hit not only just the players and the staff members, but Mike Norvell very hard, because it was, like I said earlier, it was put in that binder of the climb and that 4 or 5-year game plan that he had. And they had, reached that and just didn't get that opportunity there. And, Jordan Travis getting injured. It seemed like, Kirk Herbstreit, all the ESPN stuff. It was a catastrophe all around. And now Florida State, Mike Norvell putting a lot back into the program, which I think is great. One thing about Mike, yes, brutal, awful season. It was disgusting. It should never happen again. Should never happen at a university like Florida State. But one thing I do know, just spending a lot of time around him, and spend a lot of time to just kind of getting to know him in his early days of being at Florida State. He does care about the program. We know that, and it's not just the football; it's the university as a whole. And Everybody that spending time with Mike, a lot of respect there for him, but loyalty probably killed him in a lot of ways and hurt him. Even after you go 13-0, when you go 13-0, you think, okay, well, you don't really need to move on from staff. But yeah, there were some personnel that you had on your staff that you could look back on doing your due diligence and say, hey, we got to be better, or things got to be better, or you got to go out and recruit better, or you got to do blah, 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 blah. There was some holes that Florida State needed to probably fix or fill. And that just wasn't the case going into this 2024 season. But now his record at Florida State, 33-27. Mike Norvell, Michael Alford has said multiple times his relationship with Mike is very tight. Those two meet on a weekly basis. The communication is very high. But Michael Alford allows him, he goes and do his thing, tries not to be too crazy, hands-on, I should say. He allows him to work his program, and also to what Mike Norvell needs. Michael Alford is usually willing to go do that. Michael Alford giving some praise here to Mike Norvell, talking about his character and leadership, saying we are grateful for Coach Norvell's commitment to our student athletes. He's a high character person who took an honest assessment of what the program needed from its leader to move forward. I'm excited about the future of Florida State football. Going into this contribution and what it means and what it entails, the vision of excellence represents more than just what a financial boost is. It's a comprehensive plan to transform FSU athletics as a whole. State-of-the-art facilities, enhanced training programs, and investments in coaching are just part of the roadmap. As we know, Florida State is going to kick off its 2025 season against the Alabama Crimson Tide, and this is going to be a newly revamped Doak Campbell Stadium experience. It was very weird going there in late November for the Florida State-Florida matchup and seeing the whole home side, not the whole home side, but felt like 70% of it, just no one there. It was a weird kind of feeling all around the season, just, of course, how the production was and what the team looked like, but just the experience overall with not having a fully filled Doak Campbell Stadium just didn't feel right. So, but now Florida State, I'm sure, going to have a sold out game against Alabama. Should be interesting. And that's where we're going to find a lot of answers too, as well, of what this new coaching staff has put together under Mike Norvell. But Florida State, Mike specifically putting a lot of money down and trying to show that, he of course he wants to be here, but he's showing that, hey, things have got to do better in just a lot of different departments, and this $4.5 million should help in that for sure. But let me know in the comments down below what you think about this and Mike Norvell doing this. And then hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe too, so you don't miss any other video that we post. Thanks for watching.